Hi guys, it's Pork Chop. This is all to all the people that are still subscribed. I have like 1,800 subscribers, so if you reach down to the bottom while you're watching this video, you can push unsubscribe and that'll get you off the list, and then I don't feel like I should put out another video. But since there are all those people, I figured I would talk some about to the class of 2020 and some hiking tips, because after all I did just walk 2,000 miles from Georgia to Maine, and right now I'm home here in Charleston. And look, can you see it? I got solar power now. It just got turned on about a couple days ago, and right now I'm working on stuff like running power from the house out to my garage, because I took a meter off out there, so I'm doing that now. It just goes right on down, and then I'm going to run it out there because they took the meter off and they cut the line, so I have no power out in that building. So I'm trying to fix that now. But anyway, here's a video of a tip on shoes. Okay, and just remember one thing: keep your receipt on the shoes wherever you get them. Okay. Are the shoes that I got. If you're going to get shoes, make sure you know what the return policy is. In other words, you're going to use your shoes more than they recommend, so they're going to go out quicker. So what you can do is, for me, I had 4 different pairs of shoes. I really like the Oboz, and what you can do with the Oboz is they have a number on the inside of the shoe, and you can contact the place you bought the shoes, and they will send you a new pair, say after 500 miles, especially if you have any wear and tear on them, which you will have. And they do it with almost no qualms. So one of the pairs I bought were some Keens. Bought the Keens, and they came right apart. Like within the first couple hundred miles, I had pieces just falling off of it. But Keen has a year warranty on their shoes. Problem was, I bought them at this place up in New Hampshire, and I called them, and they wanted me to take the shoe and mail it to them, and then eventually they get back to me, and I went, "You got to be kidding me!" And it was that place up in Lincoln, New Hampshire. There's only one really big distributor there, and that was them, and I will not go back to those guys because of that. Now, the store was wonderful when I talked to the owner while I was there, but this was one of their managers, and that's who was taking care of the problem with the shoes. Anyway, long story short, I called Keen, and they said they had a year warranty. Well, I only had them a month, and they sent me a thing in the mail. I did not have to send them the shoe. I showed them pictures of it, and they sent me a little thing that I could get new shoes. I think the shoes were 160 bucks, and they sent me a thing for 170 bucks. It was like, great. So I actually sent it to my niece, Sweet Potato, and she got new shoes with them. So the moral of the story is to know the return policy on your shoes, because you will return them at some time during your trip. I saw a number of people did them, and they got new shoes right away. So figure out what it is before you leave, because you use the shoes so much, and it's definitely worth finding out when you buy the shoes. I know this video is a little odd because now I'm growing a beard back again. I'm going over to my girlfriend's clinic, and I'm going to check out her sign on the outside to see why it doesn't have power. But anyway, make sure you get a a name you can stand. I mean, I was Pork Chop, and I enjoyed Pork Chop. I really heard some really good names out there, like Leg Cramps. That was a good one. I really thought that was funny. And there were some other names out there that was really good. Just make sure that it's a name you can stand, because that's the name you're going to be used by for the next 6 months. I mean, Amy and John, how y'all doing? But Amy and John was Mouser and Leeks. I don't know. I mean, I love them more as Amy and John, but that's them. Just make sure that you get a trail name that you can live with. But then once you're out, I'm Larry now, by the way. Not Pork Chop anymore. Okay, you know, this beard's starting to itch. I think I needed to give you a medical update on what happened to me after the trail. And I'll do that. So if you can see, the problem is that Latson is not lit up. And there's a wire that goes through the wall. And up here searching out wires. And I think I found it. It's way up there. It's up in there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's up in there. But anyway, I will carry on with these things as soon as I get out to the ceiling. And I just found the wire. And this is what helped me do it. It was stuck up in the wall up there from all those other electricians. Yeah. Who's the man? Okay, that was an interesting tip about the shoes, but another tip is this buff I'm wearing. See the buff? Hard to light. The buffs work for northbounders because the sun is usually at your back the whole way, going south to north. I mean, you get up into New Hampshire, well, you get into Vermont, and you take that eastbound route across the rest of Vermont and New Hampshire and into Maine. But most of the time, for 6 months, you're headed north. So the sun's at your back the whole time. So buffs work. Buffs are great out there. They keep your head warm, or they get the sweat out of your eyes. They keep the dirt off you. I found probably 3 buffs while I was out there walking that 2,000 miles. One thing I did was I took a wool buff and I used it with my blow-up pillow. It kept my pillow just heavy enough, and it gathered enough friction where it wouldn't be slipping all over the place. So putting a buff on your pillow is a good thing, but buffs work better than hats. They're also lighter. I carried 3 buffs, and they were very light, and that's why I was able to carry them. But that's just another tip. So shoes, buff. Another thing, I guess I'm all about clothes, is get pockets with zippers. Because you're walking along, you do not want stuff to fall out of your pockets. So you have your stuff in your backpacks, but also you should put stuff in your pockets, and the pockets should be zipped closed. It's pretty easy to do with your, as you can see, it's raining around me. It's pretty easy to do with your rain jacket, that kind of stuff, but the problem is if you don't have a zipped pocket, water will fill up your pocket also. And if you can take a wax, but you know, the wax wears off, you can take a candle and wipe it on the zipper, but that wears off so fast. Anyway. Okay, and as my 5th and final tip of the day, it's been a long day, it's getting toward the end now, and I just want to say congratulations to you guys of 2020, the class. All us guys in class 2019, we're all still out there in our heads. We're still all right there, and if we can help you in any way, we'll be glad to do it. As my final tip, I would say keep your electrolytes up. I passed out twice on the trail, and I think both times was overexertion. I was by myself or hiking by myself, and I wasn't watching my electrolytes, and I think that's what took me down, and that's what I finally had that problem one in Georgia and then one in Maine. So watch your electrolytes, all right? Eat right, stay warm, and keep hiking, you guys. Congratulations to everyone that's headed out in the class of 2020.